And you're probably thinking, okay, I don't really want to go because she's going to sit there and judge me for what I'm eating or not eating. And she's just going to, tell me to go on some super strict diet. But guess what? That's not what I do. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what a typical first session with me looks like. First of all, we talk about what brought you in. So what are your goals? What is your bigger why? It's not just, I want to lose weight or I want to heal my gut, but why do you want that? Do you want that so that you have more energy and less aches and pains so that you can play with your grandkids? Do you want that so you have more brain power and focus and motivation in your career? Everyone has a different why. So we talk about what your goals are, what your why is, and then, I just hold space for you to share your journey. So I want to know as much about you as possible and get to know you, because having that trust and that relationship is really important. As much as we think of going to a nutritionist as kind of clinical, there is that emotional aspect to it. And in order for you to trust me and open up to me and be real and honest, which I need you to be honest, we need to build that relationship, right? So I want to know, what have you tried in the past? What's been holding you back? What have you really struggled with? What have been things that have hurt you, that have really, maybe caused you to have some emotional eating situations? And then after I hold space for you to share your story, we kind of dive into looking at your whole health history in detail. So I want to know, have you had surgeries? Have you been on strict diets before? Do you have a family history of gut illnesses or depression or whatever it may be? And then we look at blood work as well. So if you've had blood work done recently, I'm happy to review that, especially looking at your blood sugar levels. I also really aim to kind of educate as we go. I don't sit there and lecture you by any means. So I do several assessments, different questionnaires that help me understand what you're dealing with, but also help me formulate a plan to build your personalized protocol. So these assessments include gut health questionnaires, stress questionnaires, as well as mental health questionnaires. And then I discuss the results with you and let you know, based on what the questionnaire says, where I feel that you're at in terms of your health issues. So maybe it's telling me that you have dysbiosis and we need to do some gut bacteria killing. Maybe it's telling me that you have burnout and that's why you're chronically fatigued, so we need to support your adrenals. We also take a look at your mindset. So many people come to me wanting to lose weight, and they've done a lot of different diets, and these diets have made them look at food in such a way as, good or bad. And if they eat the bad foods, then they feel bad and they feel guilty. And it kind of sets off this downward spiral where, you're making yourself feel bad, but then when you feel bad, you want more comfort food, right? So it's kind of that vicious cycle. So we'll take a look at the way you think about food, and we start to kind of dissect that and think of ways that we can shift your mindset around food to allow yourself to enjoy some of your favorite foods without the guilt. And part of that is having you understand that, when it comes to metabolism, it's not just calories in, calories out. So you're not going to feel guilty having a piece of cake, because you're going to understand that there's so much more to how your body works. It's not just, I have a piece of cake, I gain weight. It's, I have a piece of cake and I'm stressed and I didn't get sleep and my gut health is off, and that's why I gained weight. So while I am not someone who's an exercise professional by any means, I always encourage my clients to move their body in any way that feels right for them, because moving your body helps you get and stay motivated with your other healthy changes by supporting your mental health and helping you have a deeper, better quality sleep. It also really helps you manage stress, and when we bring down those stress hormone levels, it's that much easier to not stress eat, but also we know that those stress hormones are directly impacting our metabolism and mental health. So I really encourage exercise, especially when it comes to weight loss, because if we just cut calories and then eventually we bring in more calories, you're going to gain the weight back. You need to have that muscle mass to keep your metabolism high, and it's also important as you age. So I'm working with a lot of women in perimenopause, and if you don't have that muscle mass, to support you as you age, you're going to lose muscle mass very rapidly. It just naturally happens when our hormones shift. And then when that happens, your metabolism tanks and you become more frail and not able to stay independent and active into your older years. We also talk about daily habits. So things like, what's your morning routine like? What's your bedtime routine like? Do you take time for yourself to relax and, do some self-care? These are all things that may seem trivial, but it makes a huge impact on your overall health. So we help you build some healthy habits in that way. And then we do the final plans. We put together this protocol that obviously I'm using my clinical judgment and assessment to put together this protocol, but really we do it together because it has to be something that's doable for you. I understand you're very busy, people are stressed, there's lack of time. So we talk about what's doable for you. Are you able to plan and prep maybe 2 meals per week? Or can you do more? Whatever works for you is what we'll decide on, and then we can always build on that in the next session. So the initial session covers all of this and more. So it's an hour, sometimes goes longer than an hour. And then we meet again in about 3 to 4 weeks to follow up on your progress and add some additional steps to your protocol and tweak supplements and diet as necessary.